The $75 million that the WNBA players gave up 16% for. Where did that money go, Abe? That would be my question, because your point is valid, but where is the 16%? Because if I'm correctly, if they did this raise, then basically they gave up a percentage of equity to market the WNBA, to build up the WNBA to be diluted or be it in a CBA agreement.
Imagine that the WNBA is at last gaining attention. Additionally, Sophie Cunningham chooses a fast food combination meal over the hype train. The sandwich game gains more flavor than the hardwood when Sophie teams up with Arby's while Nike is busy creating billion-dollar advertisements. What distinguishes roast beef from swooshes? This is more than just a strange recommendation. The plot is changing. You have obviously not looked at the merchandise table if you believed that the fireworks were taking place on the court. Let's put an end to this craziness.
Arby's has a new spokeswoman, and it just so happens to be Sophie Cunningham. Yeah, that's right. She is now on the Arby's payroll, is what is happening. And maybe Arby's is going to snap back to relevance now. Here she is in the new shirt that we saw her in this weekend. Hot girls eat Arby's. Sizes small and large have already sold out on the Arby's web.
Every night, Caitlin Clark onto the court knowing exactly what will happen. Whistles that appear to have a 10-second delay, if any, elbows to the chin, and body checks performed at half speed under the guise of defense. She doesn't have no idea. She observes the officiating and the action of the game, which are, let's face it, frequently two completely distinct sports. While the referees pretend to be passive onlookers at a poetry reading, she continues to drain threes like a laser-guided rocket and navigate a glorified WWE brawl. No flops or complaints, just battle scars and buckets. She is terrifying because of this.
Arby's, they have the meats, now has Indiana star Sophie Cunningham's Hot Girls Eat Arby's t-shirts. Sold out, by the way. Sponsored by them, by the way. Broke the internet on this one.
Please subscribe to our channel and give a like if you're having fun. To be honest, Caitlin Clark's game rules seem more like vague recommendations that anybody else can disregard. She is whistled for breathing too forcefully, while her opponents get away with full-fledged football tackles. Charge her, that will block her. Receive a hack at half court. Go on, murmurs the referee, who is very likely still following his fan-dwell parley. This is no longer basketball. In high tops, it's a glorified street battle. Additionally, Caitlin is the only one who is supposed to take every blow, keep her mouth shut, and smile for the cameras.
That has gotten ridiculously popular this year with the Indiana Fever. I made a prediction that she was going to be the second most popular player on this team by the end of the year. And then, of course, there was the big incident during the Connecticut Sun game. And by the end of that game, she was known as Caitlin Clark's enforcer, right? The one that's got her back. At times, it feels like the only one that's got her back.
She continues to stay. She owns the moment rather than merely remaining. Because this is the reality. Caitlin Clark has no intention of waiting for the league to discover its calling. She is aware that a fairy godmother will not come to put things right. She is taking full advantage of the pandemonium. All of the plays, headlines, brand deals, and standing ovations that aren't soaked in tears. She's grabbing her window before it closes and playing chess in a checkers league.
Clark is driving the WNBA insane. It's to the point that she may need to step away from the WNBA, have a billionaire come in that has the money to prove a point, and say, Caitlin, I'll pay you $50 million just to see if the WNBA can make it without you. Let's go create a completely different league and expose the hell out of the WNBA just to embarrass this Angel Reese girl that Jameel Hill just said she could go down as a Michael Jordan of WNBA.
Yeah.
And what?
She is aware that the league's cold shoulder isn't going to warm up anytime soon, and that time is running out. She is therefore making the most of the moment. And because these hits she's taking aren't hard-nosed defense, who could blame her? They are sneak peeks and WWE auditions. Bar fights have shown greater restraint. Someone gets kicked out one night for having a filthy appearance. Then, as if she had strayed into an NFL blitz package, Clark is tackled in the middle of the drive. The referees then begin to recite haiku regarding the game's flow. Flow? Which flow? It's actually a disguised demolition derby. There is so much hypocrisy that it could have its own shoe line and logo. Despite this, she continues to break through with selective whistles and flying elbows recordings with defenders encircling her like blankets with weights. Oh, how terrible the cacophony is. As if trying to avoid being cross-lined is diva behavior, commentators complain that she is too outspoken. Imagine Steph Curry being advised to toughen up after being floored during a fast break. It wouldn't occur, thus you can't. However, it suddenly becomes a rite of passage with Caitlyn. It is adapting to the league. No, it's officially sanctioned anarchy masquerading as tradition, and she's handling it expertly.
That has led to a lot of opportunities. By the way, she had a little bit of a down game yesterday against the Sky, but prior to that, for the last couple weeks, Sophie Cunningham had been balling out on the basketball court ever since she started getting put in to the starting lineup. So we got a couple of different things that have emerged when it comes to Sophie. Number one, let's start with what happened yesterday, because she has gone viral, all right? She's gone viral over hot girls eat Arby's.
Even after enduring 4 quarters of officially sanctioned pandemonium, she continues to smile in post-game interviews, smashing viewership records, obtaining multi-million-dollar endorsements, and converting hate watchers into loyal patrons. Because even the most vocal critics are aware of the truth in their hearts. This WNBA summer isn't stalling thanks to Caitlin Clark. You have 2 options. Try body checking it into oblivion or promote it. However, good luck. Her 3-point shot is more lethal than the offensive plans of most teams. Additionally, don't misunderstand. It's not just about scoring here. It's not a matter of survival. This is calculated domination. Caitlyn is playing while the other players are occupied with debating calls or slinging shade. 4-dimensional chess with her offhand, while being struck as if it were the open season. She's turning the physical abuse into fuel in addition to dealing with it. Every serious infraction makes the news. Each missed call becomes a video that goes viral. The league has to wriggle under the attention it begged for after every game in which she hobbles off the court turns into a national topic. She is more than a player. She is a living viral moment, a cultural catalyst, and a brand accelerator. The most alluring basketball player is also the one who is most frequently guarded illegally. Additionally, the marketers want in after seeing it. Guts, glitz, and grit. It's all 3 for Caitlin Clark. And a leaping shot that silences everyone.
Unmeasurable greatness of Caitlin Clark. The unmeasurable greatness of Caitlin Clark. You know, I've said a lot of times I like Caitlin Clark, right? But I never told you why or really I like Caitlin Clark or what is it about Caitlin. Caitlin Clark has unmeasurable greatness. You know what unmeasurable greatness is? Is when they give you a $28 million contract that's worth $280 million, right? That's the true value of what Caitlin's worth, right? I mean, Caitlin Clark effect has sent an earthquake through the NCAA basketball, right?
And good, to be honest. She earned all of it by limping through a league that treats elbows like handshakes. So let her cash every payment, be the face of every campaign, and grin in every Nike meets Vogue crossover photo they can imagine. Are we certain that this isn't a WNBA survival show captured on concealed cameras? The moment she's on the itinerary, ticket prices soar for a reason. It's not because people enjoy watching a human crash test dummy attempt to shoot 5 bodies, however. The reason for this is that Caitlin Clark continues to perform magic despite her wounds. She never makes it about herself. She just comes up and lights it up. No monologues of self-pity. And that's what most frightens people, because she isn't contributing to the commotion. Indeed, they are. It follows her even if she doesn't ask for attention. Why? Because everyone in the audience knows that something extraordinary could happen when the ball meets her hands. No issue with triple teams. Keep going, blatantly without making any calls. The world is unable to turn away from Caitlin Clark's desire to hoop.
Yeah, talking about Caitlin Clark. Oh, okay. the WNBA player who deserves a max contract. She worth more than the league by herself. The best WNBA player ever.
And what occurs when someone is incredibly skilled at something they just want to play? The others get into a frenzy. Coaches begin plotting as if they were organizing a prison vacation. Players get a weird case of Clarkies, a disorder in which basic principles are abandoned and defense becomes desperate. Whole social media feeds burst into opinions that range from praising her to explaining why she is the reason civilization is dying. All because she is incredibly skilled at something she shouldn't be this good at yet. The problem is that this isn't a sudden phenomenon. A diva was not raised by them. They didn't bring up a person who thinks everyone will bow down. They brought up a baller with the poise and vision of a chess master, someone who has 10 years more experience than she does. In addition to her skill, she always brings morals, respect, hard effort, accountability, and a passion for the game with her when she enters an arena, whether she's jogging to the bench for a timeout or draining threes. And those happy tears are deserved.
So her rookie contract is for 4 years, just under $340,000. From the entrepreneurship perspective, last year she made over $3 million as a collegiate athlete.
And sponsorship, right? NIL.
And so this makes me think about the fact that there are a lot of people building brands and influence online, and they don't all aspire to be owners of companies, but they do desire to work for organizations and leaders. But what I see when I see those numbers, I see failed leadership of the WNBA. That's what I think.
Yeah, and you're talking about her income?
Yeah.
Yeah, like they couldn't even get her above 500,000.
You can't help but cheer her on loudly, proudly, and occasionally with goosebumps when she is that focused, that grounded, and that effortlessly elegant despite the turmoil all around her. Caitlin Clark is a lesson in poise in addition to being a basketball prodigy. No public relations crafted lectures about disproving the haters, no angry outbursts, and no look-at-me antics. All of that is unnecessary for her. She rewrites the playbook in real time, ties her shoes, and arrives. The show is that she isn't out here looking for viral videos. The viral clip is of her. The highlighter with the elegance most vets can only imagine and ice in her veins. She isn't trying to get attention. She's having fun because the game is her life. And when your double team fails, I'll be here. She goes beyond simply being ahead of the curve. The curvature is her. An answer sheet for an exam that the league didn't prepare for. She tosses a no-look dime from the logo just when you think you have her figured out. Like, good attempt. And, please, her poise. As if she were the centerpiece of a defensive smorgasbord, she is being attacked out here. The worst you'll witness is an eye roll or a courteous exchange with the official who seems to have lost his spectacles and or whistle. Double C is just double C. Calm, cool, and casually cheering for your favorite team without exerting any effort.
You know the big talk been the money thing.
You see her Caitlin contract?
I heard about it today. 300 is crazy.
She making $76,000 this year.
I was seeing people break it down. First of all, they said the one she making $77,000 a year. They said James Harden got fined $100.
But though,
somebody a liar.
What is their season? 4 months?
Yeah, it's short. Yeah, it's short.
So it's like, I get it. It's short. 4 months you making $76,000. It ain't just terrible, but for her, it's bad. Like,
but it's terrible. I think, and it's more because we've been knowing it's been bad.
Critics are searching for faults like they're prospecting for gold in a sandbox in the meantime. She exudes too much confidence. Oh no, not assurance. What right does a woman have to trust in herself? She is receiving excessive attention. Correct. Since nobody could identify a single WNBA player unless they were the stars of a Space Jam revival, we most certainly want to return to those days. We must not deceive ourselves. In addition to being excellent for the game, Caitlin Clark is also good for business and for reminding people that basketball isn't just one genre. It is a kind of art. And, please, the notion that she lacks toughness. The girl has a smile on her face that is actually a steel trap. You refuse to accept the penalty she has received while continuing to deliver performances that are must-see night after night without experiencing any problems. She is enduring blow after hit and criticism from all sides, but still she manages to inspire her teammates, carry the crowd, and make the league more relevant than it has been in decades, unless you have the mental toughness of a Navy SEAL. It's more than just talent. That's poise under duress. It's crazy that some people still want her to improve, tone it down, be less, smile more, and say she's sorry. Here's a groundbreaking idea, though. Perhaps she is ideal in her current state. Perhaps the league needs more, not fewer, individuals like her. Perhaps she is the one raising the bar, and it has to be increased. The mountain with a step back and a crossover.
The WNBA will make $1 billion this year.
But that's okay.
Overall merchandise sales by Fanatics grew since Caitlin Clark's been in the league. It's grown by 500%. Overall sales of merchandise from Dick's Sporting Goods has grown to 233%. Fever's net value went from $90 million to $340 million. Average price of games jumped by 140% if Fever play on the road. No other teams, just a Fever.
Good.
Overall,
Good. I like
WNBA attendance has grown by 50%.
Thank you.
The WNBA signed an 11-year TV deal worth $2.2 billion and prompted league expansion to 15 teams by 2028. So it's not coincidence.
And we're all in for the fans. We do more than merely observe Caitlin Clark. Since this is more than just basketball, we ride with her. It's the best kind of storytelling. An epic unfolding in real time, one buzzer beater at a time, without any filler or nonsense. She's not only filling seats, she's a movement's face and a small-town idealist. She is fostering faith. Every shot, pass, and sold-out arena contributes to a greater whole. What gives her legacy a personal touch is the humility, elegance, and lack of artificial star attitude with which she is accomplishing it all. Because you know what occurs when someone who is truly good also happens to be gifted? You cheer them on more difficult. You speak out for them. Allow her to luxuriate in awards. Let her name appear in every timeline, record book, and viral video where someone is thrashed by a pass that even the cameraman missed. Because if anyone's earned it, genuinely earned it, it's Caitlin. Not only is she a shooter, she is a movement, a spark, a surging flood that somehow finds a way to keep a grin on her face despite the chaos. She is amazing without being ostentatious or obnoxious. It's reliable. It's sophisticated.
Signing an 8-year, $28 million Nike deal. But for some people, it caused controversy since they're arguing that there are other WNBA players already in the league who don't even have a deal like that. So just in general, what do you guys think about the discourse between that? And then what do you guys think of the major deal that she is receiving?
Yeah, I think anyone's upset with Caitlin Clark's deal doesn't understand the publicity that's on the line here. When you think of being in front of a national camera for 36 games, almost back to back, that type of promotion you would have to pay top dollar for.
Furthermore, there is no longer any disagreement about it. So, sure, give number 22 a shout out. We recognize you. We support you. And just because you're talented doesn't mean we're applauding. You're right, which is why we're applauding. You are all that WNBA fans had thought it would be. Stay the same. Continue to be that model. The detractors are still crying into their Twitter drafts about media partiality and overhype in the meantime. She simply switched on the lights. And all of the cracks are now visible. The cameras are in motion. The league has two options. Either repair the circus or get used to hearing people's mouths drop each time she disproves them. It's also not subtle. It's noisy. It breaks records. And it wears the number 22. Let elbows fly. Keep your eyes off the birds. Let the naysayers vent. Caitlin Clark isn't holding out for justice. She is gathering receipts, cash, and awards. There are more videos on the screen if you liked and subscribed.